Most people think success is a straight road. Study hard, work harder, win early. But the truth is, real success often begins with failure that breaks you. And no story proves this better than the story of Steve Jobs. This is not just a business story. This is a story about rejection, about ego, about starting over, and about finding your real purpose. Steve Jobs was not born rich. He was not the smartest kid in the room. He was adopted, confused, and often felt like he didn't belong. But one thing made him different. He thought different. While others followed rules, Steve questioned everything. Why should computers be complicated? Why can't technology feel human? Why can't design be beautiful? In a small garage with his friend Steve Wozniak, he built Apple, not to make money, but to change the world. And for a while it worked. Apple grew fast. The Macintosh was born. Steve Jobs became the youngest CEO of a major company. He was famous, powerful, successful, but inside, Steve was still unfinished. Success came fast, and with it, ego. Steve was intense, demanding, perfectionist. He pushed people hard, too hard. The same company he built started to feel he was the problem. Then one day, it happened. The board of Apple fired Steve Jobs from his own company. Imagine that moment, being kicked out of the dream you created. Steve later said, "It was the most painful thing that ever happened to me." For months, he felt lost, ashamed, empty. People whispered, "He's finished. He peaked too early. He'll never recover." But failure had one gift for him. It removed his ego. Instead of giving up, Steve went quiet. He started a small company called Next. No spotlight, no hype. He also bought a small animation studio that was failing. You know it today as Pixar. During these years, something changed. Steve stopped chasing success. He started chasing meaning. He learned patience. He learned leadership. He learned humility. He once said, "Getting fired from Apple was the best thing that ever happened to me," because it forced him to grow. Sometimes life removes you from comfort to prepare you for greatness. Years later, Apple was struggling. Bad products, no vision, almost bankrupt. And then they did the unthinkable. They invited Steve Jobs back, not as a hero, as a last hope. This time, Steve was different, calmer, wiser, focused. He simplified everything. One product line, one clear vision. And then he said something powerful. "We don't build products to beat competitors. We build products we are proud of." What followed changed history. The iMac, the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad. Steve Jobs didn't just save Apple, he redefined the future. Near the end of his life, Steve gave a speech. He said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." That was his real message. Not about money, not about fame, but about purpose. Steve Jobs showed the world that failure is not the end. Being rejected does not define you, and losing everything can be the beginning of your best chapter. If you love what you do, if you believe deeply, if you stay hungry and foolish, life will eventually reward you. If you're struggling right now, if you feel behind, if life didn't go as planned, remember this: Steve Jobs was fired at 30 and built his greatest work after that. Your setback may be your setup. Your failure may be your teacher, and your pain may be shaping your purpose. Stay curious, stay brave, stay true to what matters, because sometimes losing everything is exactly what you need to find who you really are.